Good morning, everyone. On the closing day of the CNS Summit, the 15th annual CNS Summit, we're here today to proudly present the CNS Summit Digital Innovation Index. The theme for this week has really been 15 years of innovation, of collaboration. And when we look back and think about what that 15 years has brought for us, it's hard to miss all of the strides we've taken. The one that really struck me when I was thinking back is it was only 10 years ago that we started to see mobile health applications in the healthcare space. That's just 10 years ago, 2013. Since then, we've seen the rise of sensors and wearables, of data lakes, of deep learning, machine learning, and of course, AI. And over the last year, we've seen all those be really integrated from early preclinical and discovery phases by companies like Lilly and Pfizer, exploring how we can build new entities and molecular structures using AI collaboration, all the way through clinical trial design and finding new monitorable endpoints through digital tools, and even in the real world, following patients more closely, providing more data points and continuous monitoring to provide better healthcare. We've also helped support doctors in their diagnosis, in their decision-making through these AI tools, and gone even steps further with companies like Takeda using drones and drone technology to deliver and make access for everyone, making sure that they can receive their medicines in hard-to-reach places and even on islands. So what we try to do with the CNS Summit Digital Innovation Index is measure digital value and value that we're bringing for our patients through the use of commercial, clinical, and research innovations in the digital frontier. We measure that in three key buckets. The first being commercial innovation, where we try to understand what we can do to enhance the patient experience and help make sure that it's an easy, accessible, and quality of life-driven outcome for patients. We also look at opportunities to expand commercial reach and how companies are doing new and interesting things to improve their manufacture, to improve their logistics, and get more medicines to patients. On the clinical side, we have seen huge strides in targeted recruitment, trial optimization, and acceleration, and being able to be more inclusive in the type of patients that we're reaching, and then we can help with the new medicines that are available to us. We also have gotten much greater insights through these digital tools in how we can measure clinical outcomes that are more meaningful for patients in the real world than just the more sterile environments of the clinic. And last, we look at research innovation. So what have the strides in AI and machine learning really helped us do, both in early stages of molecular design and structure discovery, all the way through new startups, new directions that we can take into the clinic, ways of setting up and running clinical trials, longer endpoints, and different ways of approaching what we can learn about what our drugs can do. The last part that we really look at is forward-looking collaborations in the space. We have a lot of innovators around us in the pharma space, but sometimes we need to look for innovation outside, beyond the academic and in other industries. And that's sort of the heart of what CNS Summit is all about, is how can we collaborate to drive a future together and leverage what is being learned and transformed in other industries to make lives better for our patients. And so through those three key buckets, we provide an understanding of what companies are really bringing value on the commercial, on the clinical, on the research front that's being expressed for and realized by the patients. We use what's publicly available, going through the press releases, the news trawls, essentially everything you can get your hands on to understand what kind of stories are being put out, what companies are working on, what initiatives are not only cutting edge, but meaningful for patients. And then we conduct a deep evaluation of those different news stories to get a better sense of which companies are leading the way and which are adding incremental value versus which ones are being really transformative in the space. And with that, we'll show you a little bit about who the top 3 innovators are.
Yes, so obviously this is the highlight, I would say, from the index, is to announce the top top performers in the CNS Digital Innovation Index. And the first one is a company that's made a remarkable leap, jumping 7 places to the 3rd position. You can click and make the big reveal. So congratulations to Bristol Myers Squibb. I can see some of the team in front here. We also have a panel coming up where we will dive a bit deeper into why they achieved this ranking. So in terms of the focus and achieving this position, BMS really invested in digital health solutions as well as strategic partnerships. One example is from an investment in a generative AI research platform where they focus on developing molecular glues by using geometric deep learning and ancient molecular structures. This has provided insights into selecting and designing drug candidates, but also has allowed them to speed up the drug development process. They also focus on designing patient-centric trials. One example, and published in a study, is the use of phone bots, where they use this for patient recruitment. And then also their collaboration with Paradigm helps them to streamline the enrollment process. So it demonstrates their commitment in simplifying and creating a better patient experience for clinical trials. And also, last but not least, they've opened a global digital capabilities hub in India, and 1,500 world-class professionals will be putting to work there to expand the digital capabilities, but also the operational reach across global markets. So congratulations to BMS, and we'll look forward to hearing more in the next session. Then in terms of our number 2, so you can move forward. This is a company that's been performing very well in our index for many years. And also in 2024, they've made really great performance in the digital health space. So it's AstraZeneca, powered by Avenova. In terms of their achievements in 2024, there are 3 key themes. One of them is regarding also the digital capabilities. By launching Avenova, a dedicated health tech business that works independently, they are focusing on supporting remote patient monitoring as well as digital therapeutic initiatives to get to market faster. Initially, the focus has been on also streamlining this with the internal operations from AstraZeneca, but now they've also are supporting other life sciences companies. Additionally, what AstraZeneca has been successful in implementing on the research side is their partnership with Amazon Web Services. They leverage the AWS data processing tools to analyze billions of statistical data in just hours. This obviously is a significant advancement in terms of speeding up the process, but also reducing costs in terms of research. And then they continue to expand their global footprint. Last year, they launched the Barcelona hub for clinical development. This year, they put another 1.3 billion investment into this hub, and they're looking to double the workforce by 2025. So it really makes them a force in terms of clinical development on global scale. And then with that, we will be announcing the winner now.
Drum roll, nothing? Drum
roll. So you can reveal, it's actually a company that is taking its first place in 4 years. So Roche really has a legacy when it comes to digital health, and they've proven again that they continue to invest in both the clinical development, but also on the commercial side with implementing successful digital solutions. They've implemented AI-powered also drug discovery solutions. One example also is in terms of improving diagnoses, working with PathAI, where they've developed an algorithm to better diagnose or to support the diagnosis of breast and prostate cancer by streamlining the lab process, but also making more accurate diagnoses. One of the other examples that Roche has been successful in is the application of wearable technologies and remote patient monitoring. One example is also within their smart system where they apply predictive machine learning for management of diabetes. Another example is their partnership with CardioSignal for early detection of heart disease. So also what it shows is that Roche really applies digital across every therapeutic area within their portfolio. They also continue to expand in terms of their global focus and, for instance, their Navify solutions portfolio has received praise from the research board. So really recognizing how they integrate patient digital solutions to optimize care. And it's not just with focusing on digital in terms of improving outcomes, they also look to create a more sustainable future. So they're part of the Global Health Sustainable Healthcare Coalition with the aim to reduce the carbon footprint of clinical trials. So with that, Roche is shaping the future, not only in terms of making it more precise, but also accessible and sustainable. And it's my pleasure now to welcome on stage Hangmai Wang from Roche to receive the award and to take the recognition for the great performance. Welcome, Hangmai, and great to have you here. Congratulations with the great achievements. I think if Amir, if you can come a bit closer.
Come on in.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
I just want to say two words. One is that, I really appreciate Idea Farm and my career, really working on this all year, right? You guys track everything, do a lot of work for us, and it's very helpful. And the fact that Roche doesn't really talk much about what they do. So it's kind of, it's kind of, you go, really? They're doing this stuff? So I think it's really helpful for us to have this work done by Idea to really show what's happening out there, and also, frankly, to help companies to see where they are and maybe advocate for more funding in the area. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir.
Yeah, thank you. And it's always really interesting and fun to dive into all of the digital innovations that all of you in this industry are making and the strides you're taking each and every year. And so we don't want to just recognize the top 3 today. We want to make sure to recognize all of our top 10 finishers here. And what you'll find on the index is we've not only provided an overall rank based off of all of the different categories that we've mentioned, but also the subcategory rankings, because we do feel like there was standouts in each and every, in the commercial side, in the clinical, in the research. And we wanted to recognize those advances and what each and every one of you are doing on a day-to-day basis to bring value to patients through these digital tools that we have. If you'd like to learn more, one of the things we'll be putting out actually just after today's closing session is the white paper, which will take you through in depth the trends in the digital innovation space that we've been seeing, that we've been tracking over these past 8 or 9 years, as well as a in-depth dive for each one of the companies that was featured on that top 10 list just a moment ago. So if you would like to take a look at that, please find the hyperlink on the slide here. And if you have any questions, please feel free to follow up with Jackie or I. We'd love to chat. Thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations to our winners.